So let me get this straight. Illegals are literally sprinting from car washes like it's the Fast and Furious ICE edition. But Democrats are out here asking how can they protect them from being deported. You can't make this up. ICE raids are back, and now it ain't just illegal immigrants who are panicking. It's the people who've been protecting them. Let me show you exactly how deep this goes.
Surveillance cameras at Galaxy Auto Detail Car Wash in Downey capturing an unfolding ICE raid yesterday. A car wash employee is looking out when he notices a suspicious SUV pull up. The worker walks away as two ICE agents get out of the vehicle and head towards the car wash. Seconds later, the employee sprints past the camera as agents chase him. The agents eventually catching the worker, another car wash employee taken into custody as well. The owner of the car wash forced to shut her business down after several ICE raids. Her employees terrified to come to work.
Estoy enojadísima, frustrada.
I am frustrated because these guys that they picked up are good gentlemen. They don't have so much as a ticket, and their families are suffering.
The car wash owner shielding her identity, claiming ICE agents threatened her.
Me amenazaron ayer.
They came and threatened me and said if I keep talking about ICE, that they're going to detain me.
The business owner saying her heart is broken.
La verdad, tengo miedo.
Can't sleep. I'm frustrated. I keep looking at their faces when they were taking them away, and the guys telling me, asking me to help them. This is not right, man. She's a hardworking woman and trying to make a living, you know, chasing the American dream, and our own federal government has just destroyed that for her.
Hard to believe that they threatened her just from speaking out against ICE. But, as you can see, gone in 60 seconds. And not the movie title. That's a real life situation at this car wash we just seen in this clip in California. And if this was just about criminals, why'd have the workforce run when ICE showed up? And more importantly, how many of these businesses knew exactly who they were hiring? You gotta ask. But watch what happens when ICE shows up again and the crowd reacts like this is some sort of funeral.
Here. You are animals. That is watching you, bro. You are animals. You are like an animal. That is what you do. Get out of your body. You are animals.
Home Depot ain't the only hood.
You are animals. Like an animal. Like an animal. Get out of here! Get the fuck out of here! Fuck you! Fuck you, bitch! Fuck you! Fuck you, motherfuckers! Get the fuck out of here! Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? No, you cannot come through this shit! Who the fuck are you? Boys, I got papers! Get the fuck out of here! That is United States, motherfucker! You're harassing them! You're harassing them! Quieren agarrar a la gente que trabaja. Vayan a agarrar a otra gente. No, vienen a agarrar a la gente que trabaja. You are like an animal. You must punch the truck. Don't touch him. Don't touch him. Get the fuck out of here! What the fuck?
So as you can see, you got people sobbing in the parking lot and screaming at ICE in 2 different languages, but ICE isn't flinching, not even a little bit. Because when they're doing their job, emotions don't override enforcement. That's just what it is. And what kind of system do we have when lawbreakers get sympathy, but the law enforcers get hate? And while the families cry, I'm trying to see what happens when those families speak out.
My father was supposed to see my sister graduate today. Something, how she said, is something he worked so hard for. Saw her struggle so much. We saw how much she struggled, how much she accomplished towards the end. And he's not going to be able to be here to see her graduate. We are extremely sad to not know where he is. We have not been able to find him, and this is unfair. We would like justice for him. And we would like to live without the fear of being detained at all times. My father was...
She said, my dad was supposed to see his sister graduate. And of course, that one line says it all. Nobody celebrates this, but how do we get to the point where illegal entry equals protected status? If you really cared about your family, you take care of what you need to take care of so that situations like this don't happen. And if the media really cared about them, why aren't they demanding legal reform instead of emotional headlines? Now brace yourself, because while these raids are happening, a Democrat in LA is literally asking the police to help stop them.
Did y'all see this? An actual LA city council member asked the police if they can create a system to warn illegal immigrants that ICE is in town. I'm not making this up. Imelda Padilla literally asked the police chief if they can set up a system where they can warn illegals that there's going to be a raid. She said the city should find a creative way to warn people, meaning not just illegals, but everyone, even people with criminal records whenever ICE is about to do their job.
What can your department do to do more to warn us, to warn the business community that outside of our LA borders, coming in from Inglewood, coming in from Antelope Valley, I don't know, you can warn us so that we can warn our folks in the spirit of your loyalty to the city of Los Angeles.
And this is what the police chief said.
You're asking me to warn you about an enforcement action being taken by another agency before it happens?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't do that.
Why not?
That would be obstruction of justice. You may want to talk to the city attorney about that.
So this is where we're at. Democrats are openly trying to help people dodge law enforcement. They're just saying it out loud in city council meetings. This isn't even about helping families anymore. This is straight up helping people break the law and get away with it. Can you imagine someone setting up an alert system for bank robbers or anyone else wanted by law enforcement? They'd be thrown in jail for obstruction. No questions asked. This is the reality now. It's not a conspiracy theory. They're literally saying it out loud. On camera.
Yep.
In City Hall. What has this world come to, yo?
I have no clue, man. But you heard that right. An elected Democrat tried to set up a warning system for illegals and criminals to dodge ICE. Now, that's not compassion. That's obstruction. And if this was any other crime, theft, trafficking, even tax evasion, would any politician get away with this? And when they get called out for the double standard, just watch how fast they switch up.
When Hillary Clinton said the illegal immigrants gotta go, it's a problem. Y'all ain't say shit about that. But then when President
Who's y'all?
You just said it.
I didn't say shit.
You just said it, right? Didn't you say you gonna hold up a Barack Obama sign?
I did not say that. That didn't come out my mouth.
Okay, all right. I thought I heard it come over here from the gallery over here.
I didn't say that. All I said, y'all see this. I didn't say that.
When the protest stopped.
But the difference between Barack Obama and Trump, he's not grabbing people randomly and knocking them
Yes,
up.
I know
he
it. You
was.
know what he was doing? He was quietly snatching people up and deporting them. There's a big difference. You're right. It's a big difference. No, he was snatching you up. If you got caught driving a car and you ain't had no license or you was an illegal immigrant, you was getting snatched up.
In New York City.
When Hillary Clinton said
They had no problem when Hillary said illegals had to go. They were silent when Obama deported millions, the deporter in chief. But now that Trump is doing it on a public scale, suddenly, what's the word they like to use? Fascism. It's fascism. It's not about the method, man. It's about the media controlling the narrative on who's allowed to enforce the law. I want y'all to be able to see that. See through this. Even Trump supporters are starting to realize something is not adding up about this, y'all.
Vincent Scardina is the owner of the roofing company where they worked. He's owned it 37 years.
It's going to be really hard to replace those guys.
Says losing these 6 men is losing a third of his workers.
We're not able in Key West to just replace people as easily as, say, a big city. Very limited people to pull from. And then you would have to train them. And that takes sometimes years.
But for Vincent, it's much more than that.
It's financially as well as emotionally. So it takes a toll. You get to know these guys. You become their friends. Just not an employer, but a friend. And you see what happens to their family. It's quite a shock.
Given his support for the president, we asked what he would tell the commander-in-chief if he had a chance.
What happened here? This situation is just totally, just blatantly not at all what they said it was.
Vincent, you voted for Donald Trump?
Yes, I did.
While he agrees with most of the president's policies, he thought the Trump administration was going to focus solely on deporting criminals. It seems immigration officials, he says, are just trying to meet quotas now.
Buyer's remorse.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but if you cross that border illegally, doesn't that make you a criminal? You're saying this isn't what they promised, but this is exactly what they promised. You see, I think the mainstream, or the left, thought that Donald Trump saying that he was going to go after criminals meant people with rap sheets, so to speak. But once you cross that border, you already create your rap sheet. But in case you forgot why ICE is even out here in the first place, my guy Cousin, if we got let me just read the headline. Nearly 1 million illegal immigrants have self-deported under Trump, which has led to higher wages. What? Now, I want y'all to hear this story right here. What does a humane deportation plan look like? Deportation plan, I'm sorry.
Paisan, if you could go into a little bit more detail of what your plan would be, say you're chief advisor to the president, what would be your ideal plan? And then we can let the viewers decide of what's feasible.
Sure. Okay, cool. So let's say we have a 1-year window to execute this entire transition. And first, we need to let people know what's going to happen before it actually happens. So we tell people, hey, look, we're overhauling our entire legal and illegal immigration system. Illegal immigrants, we totally understand why you came here. You're not bad people. We understand that you're just trying to create a better life for yourself. But the way that you came into the country, the fundamental rule upon entry was violated. You came into the country by breaking the rules. It's not fair to other people who are following the rules here in America. It's not fair to other people who have been waiting in line to get into the country. And it's just a non-starter. And the reason why America is so great and the reason we want to come here is because we're a nation of rules. So sorry, but over the next year, we're going to ask you to leave. The way that we're going to ask you to leave is we're going to help facilitate you leaving. Like logistically, like we can arrange public transit so that we fly people out to their home destination. We can make deals with people in these Central and South American countries so that they accept these people back. We're going to ask you to leave, and we're going to incentivize you to leave with a resettlement payment. It can be somewhere between $5,000 to $10,000 per illegal immigrant. And that gives you time to get your affairs in order. And if you don't do that voluntarily, unfortunately, we're going to have to forcefully deport you at the end of this year. So you have this grace period to figure it out. Talking to businesses, we're going to enforce the law. Like, the existing law is fine. We're just going to make it so you can't pay people under the table to work at your businesses. You need to account for that when you think about your labor force planning. Yes, there's going to be some economic disruption, but this is necessary in order to at least reinstate the social level of social trust that we actually need to be Americans together. And then, as far as the legal immigration system goes, the commitment is, hey, if it's a staffing issue, let's get the staffing better. If it's a database and systems issue, then let's solve the databases and systems. But there needs to be a will to do it, not just because we think we wanted to open the doors to legal immigrants, but because we actually need people. As Stephen has identified, we actually need people to be doing these jobs. Let's prioritize the people who have been waiting in line and are willing to do these jobs. And by the way, before we had masses of illegal immigration, we had seasonal workers come in and do these jobs. So it's not like we've never had some sort of system where people from very similar backgrounds were doing these jobs. What's unprecedented is the amount of people who have been coming here illegally. So it requires enforcing the current laws, changing the incentive model, and changing the legal immigration system. I think the hard part, which he's identified, he thinks is fundamentally infeasible. I don't. It's finding the political will to do it. It's been surveyed that they're in support of some level of deportation. What they're not in support of is ICE kicking down doors and dragging people out. So we need to provide an alternative plan. And I think everyone wants to just feel like a good person. They want to see people who are in the country illegally dealt with humanely, not that they necessarily need to stay here.
Now, somebody wrote under here, I disagree here. The two actions are connected. Without a show of force with consequences, self-deportations would be zero. Now, going back to this New York Post about nearly 1 million illegal immigrants have self-deported under Trump, which has led to higher wages. I'm saying, like, these nearly 1 million left on their own because Trump offered them 1,000 and cut the benefits. No guns, no raise, just enforcement with teeth. So why Democrats out here protecting the people who stay? Turns out common sense works. Until someone's votes bank depends on chaos. Now, this was to prove that ICE isn't the only option. Trump wrote that out quietly, but I want y'all to check out this story real quick. Sad story. Illegal alien arrested for a hit and run.
And that breaking news, Florida Highway Patrol arrested a driver they say hit a woman who was out walking and left her for dead on the side of the road. Troopers say 21-year-old Jairo Pina España of Honduras hit and killed the 40-year-old mother on Florida Parkway near Sprucewood Lane. He's now been charged with leaving the scene of a crash involving death and also driving without a license involving a death. And that breaking.
See, 21 years old, no license, kills a woman walking and leaves her for dead. I'm just saying, this is what happens when you treat illegal status like a technicality. Because when policies get solved, people die. That's not a political statement. That's just reality. Now, here's the real question. If ICE raids are working and even encouraging self-deportation, why are Democrats trying to stop them? I always say, man, it ain't about compassion. It's about controlling them. They're the ones ducking accountability. Y'all be safe. Please go check on somebody today. You could be saving their life. Peace.